This is B. Nagaraju, contract lecturer in botany from Government Degree College, Koratla. Today my topic name is stellar evolution in pteridophytes. So in this topic we see the types of steels in pteridophytes and its evolution. So now see the stellar evolution in pteridophytes. So these are the learning objectives. So what is steel and stellar theory, components of steel and different type of steels in plants. So there are the mainly three types of steels are there. So one is the protosteel and siphonosteel and selenosteel. So all the steels definition, classification and examples and we learn. Stellar evolution in land plants or pteridophyte plants. So now see the what is steel and what are the components of steel. Steel is a central cylinder or core of vascular tissue in higher plants. Steel is the central cylinder or core of vascular tissue in higher plants. So steel consists of following parts. First one is the xylem, second one is the phloem, third one is the pericycle, fourth one is the medullary. So this is the steel, pteridophyte steel. This is the xylem, this is the phloem, this is the pericycle, and these are the cortex, and this is the endodermis. So these are the steel parts. The term steel used by the scientist name is Van Tighem. The scientist name is Van Tighem and Dowliet. Van Tighem and Dowliet. So the term steel used by the scientist name is Van Tighem and Dowliet in 1886. So they proposed the theory name is stellar theory. So now see this theory. So what is the stellar theory? So this theory is proposed by the Van Tighem and Dowliet. This theory proposed by the Van Tighem and Dowliet. So major highlights of this stellar theory are steel is a real entity and present universal in all higher plants. And steel is cortex and steel are two fundamental parts of shoot system. Cortex and steel. So these are the two fundamental parts of the shoot system. Steel and cortex are separated by the endodermis, and the main component of steel is xylem and phloem. And pericycle, medullary race, pith are also components of steel. So now see what are the different types of steel in plants. So based on the ontogeny and phylogeny, so there are three broad categories of steel in vascular plants. So there are protosteel, siphonosteel and selenosteel. So based on the ontogeny and phylogeny, So three broad categories of steel in vesicular plants. So there is protosteel, siphonosteel and solenosteel. So now see the classification of stellar evolution. Now see the types of steel in plants. So this is the clear chart to understand the steels in plants or pteridophyte plants. So mainly the steel is classified to three types. So broadly categorized into three types. The first one is the protosteel, second one is the siphonosteel, third one is the solenosteel. So what is means of protosteel? Proto means without pith, without pith. So that type of steel is called as protosteel. Protosteel is again classified to haplosteel, actinosteel, plectosteel and mixed protosteel, mixed protosteel with pith. So these are the following types of protosteel. So haplosteel means in that steel smooth central xylem and xylem surrounded by the phloem. So this type of steel we can see in the Rhynia and Lycopodium. Rhynia and Lycopodium. So next one is the next protosteel name is actinosteel. So actino means star shaped. Actino means star shaped xylem. So phloem between the star phloem is presented between the star arms. So this type of steel we can see in the Lycopodium cernum plant. Lycopodium cernum plant. So plectosteel. Plectosteel means the xylem is as xylem as plates. Xylem as plates. So the phloem between the xylem plates. Phloem between xylem plates. So this type of steel we can see in the stem of Lycopodium clavatum. Lycopodium clavatum. And the next mixes protosteel means xylem as patches in phloem. Xylem patches in phloem. So we see this type of steel in a Lycopodium cernum plant. Next protosteel type name is mixed protosteel with pith like parenchyma. So this type of steel we can see in the hymenophyllum plant. So these are the protosteel and protosteel types. And the next one we see the siphonosteel. This is the siphonosteel. Siphono means there is steel with pith and no leaf gap. So siphono means steel with pith but no leaf gap is called siphonosteel. So siphonosteel again classified to and cladosiphonic siphonosteel and ectofloic siphonosteel and amphiphloic siphonosteel. So cladophonic siphonosteel means without leaf gap. So this type of siphonic siphonosteel we can see in the Selaginella plant. Selaginella plant. And ectofloic siphonosteel means the phloem external to xylem. Phloem external to xylem. So this type of steel we see the example in Osmunda plant. And the next one is the amphiphloic siphonosteel. Amphiphloic means amphi means the phloem is presented both side of the xylem. So both side of the phloem is presented between the both side of the xylem is called amphi. Amphi means both side. So the phloem is presented both side of the xylem. It is called as amphiphloic siphonosteel. So this type of steel we can see the Marsilea rhizoium. So and the next one we see the solenosteel. This is the soleno. Soleno means steel with pith and leaf gaps. Steel with pith and leaf gap is called as solenosteel. So solenosteel again classified to ectofluic selenosteel, amphiphloic selenosteel, dictyosteel, polycyclic steel, U steel, and atactosteel. So these are the types are there. So in that ectofluic siphonosteel means phloem external to xylem. Phloem external to xylem. In amphiphloic siphonosteel means phloem and both side of the xylem. So this type of steel we can see in the adiantum and pedatum and dictyosteel. Dictyosteel we can see this is the common steel dictyosteel we can see in the many meristeels. So the steel is divided into small parts, so they are called as meristeels. So this type of steel we can see in terrace plant. And polycyclic steel. Polycyclic means many cycles of vesicular bundles. So example pteridium aquilarium. Pteridium aquilarium. And the next steel is U steel. U steel means vesicular bundles are arranged as a broken ring. Broken ring. So this type of steel generally we can see the in all dicot stems. All dicot stems. And the next one is the attacto steel. Attacto means scattered arrangement of vascular bundles. So scattered arrangement of vascular bundles type of steel is called as attacto steel. So attacto steel vascular attacto steel is the common we can see in the all monocot stem. All monocot stem. So this is the a brief information about the type of steels in pteridophytes. So now see the each each steel. Now see the each and the evolution of steels in pteridophyte. So now first steel is the protosteel. Proto means the steel is the solid core of xylem at the center. Solid core of the xylem at the center, and it is surrounded by phloem. It is surrounded by phloem and pericycle and endodermis. So in that steel, pith is absent. Pith is absent. The simplest stellar organization. This is the simplest stellar organization, and considered as most primitive stellar organization plant. So this type steel is the considered as the most primitive stellar organization in plants. And a majority of pteridophytes shows and protostelic condition in their rhizome, stem, or roots. So this is the protosteel. Protosteel is the primitive type of steel. So this is the simplest steel organization. In that steel, pith is absent. These are the main key points in that steel. And now see the next steel, protosteel. Protosteel again classified to 5 types. So that is the haplosteel, actinosteel, plectosteel, mixed protosteel, and mixed protosteel with pith. Now see the each one. The first one is the haplosteel. Haplosteel means a protosteel with a smooth core of xylem surrounded by uniform layer of phloem. It is called haplosteel. So haplosteel, this steel is named by the Berbner in 1902, and it is a most primitive type of protosteel. So this steel is usually present in fossil genera, like good example of Rhynia and Herniophyton. Herniophyton. Haplosteel is the most primitive protosteel. So this type of steel is usually present in fossil genera like Rhynia and Horneophyton. And this type of steel we can see in living pteridophytes, living pteridophyte like Selaginella and Glycinia and Lygodium. So this is the Selaginella plant and this is the Selaginella stem. So this is the haplosteel. So this is the center portion is the xylem, and xylem surrounded by the phloem and the pericycle, endodermis and cortex. So these are the leaf gap, leaf traces. So this is the haplosteel. Next one we see the actinosteel. Actinosteel, it is a protosteel and xylem core having radial ribs or arms. So these are the, it is a star shaped steel. The xylem is star shaped or stellated, hence the name is called actinosteel. Phloem is not present in a continuous manner. Phloem occurs as separate patches between the arms of xylem. So this is the xylem is star shaped. So the phloem is separate present on the separate patches between the, so this is the phloem, this is the phloem. So the phloem present on the separate patches between the arms of xylem. So this phloem is named by the Berbner in 1902. So this type of steel we can see in the Asteroxylon and Xylotum and Lycopodium serratum. Lycopodium serratum. So this is the good example of actinosteel. So what are the good example? So actinosteel we can see the plants of Asteroxylon, Xylotum and Lycopodium serratum. Next one is the plectosteel. Plecto means the xylem is occurs as several plates, which are more or less parallel to each other. Xylem plates are alternated with phloem patches. So this is the xylem patches. All are xylem patches, and these phloem is arranged alternate with xylem plates. So this steel is named by the Zimmermann in 1930. So this type of steel we can see the in the plant of Lycopodium clavatum. Lycopodium clavatum. So this is the Lycopodium clavatum plant. So this is the plectosteel, and these are the this is the xylem patches. So the xylem patches alternated with phloem patches. These are the phloem patches. So this is the plectosteel. And next steel means mixed protosteel. Mixed means the xylem is divided into several units or groups. Several units or groups. Each xylem units are scatteredly arranged inside the ground of mass of phloem. So each xylem units are scatteredly arranged inside the ground mass of phloem. So this type of steel we can see in the Lycopodium cernuvum. So this is the Lycopodium cernuvum plant. So mixed protosteel. So these are the several units of xylem or groups of xylem, and each xylem units are scattered and arranged inside the mass of phloem. This is the mass of phloem. So this is the good example of Lycopodium cernuvum plant. And the next one is the mixed protosteel with pith. advanced type of among the protosteel. So this is the advanced type of among protosteel. The formation of pith started here. This is the first in the evolution. Steel is similar to mixed protosteel. Patches of parenchymus regions occur in association with xylem, considered as a connecting link between the protosteel and saphenosteel. So this steel is considered as connecting link between protosteel and saphenosteel. So this type of steel we can see in the Homneophyllum demisum and Lepidodendron selaginoides. Lepidodendron selaginoides. So this is the Horneophyllum demisum. Horneophyllum demisum. So this is the mixed xylem. So and this xylem mixed protosteel. Steel is similar to mixed protosteel, and in that so this is the pith is formation is started. And next steel is the and second type of stellar evolution is siphonosteel. Siphono means pith or medulla at the center, and the central core of pith surrounded by the xylem. So this is the advanced type than the protosteel. Origin of siphonosteel. So now see the origin of siphonosteel. Siphonosteel is derived from protosteel by the formation of pith. Centrally placed xylem core in the protosteel is replaced by the parenchyma. So different stages or changing of protosteel to siphonosteel can be observed in the transverse section at different levels in Glycinia, Osmunda and Anemia. So in that two views regarding the origin of pith siphonosteel. First one is the interstellar origin of pith and extrastellar origin of pith. Now see the first one is the interstellar origin of pith. So this is proposed by the Bauer in 1921 and supported by the Fan in 1960. So intermost vascular tissue in the protosteel change into parenchymus cells. So it is widely accepted theory of pith development. And next is the extrastellar origin of pith. So it is proposed by the Jeffrey. And pith and cortex are homogeneous structure. Pith and cortex is homogeneous structure. Pith is formed by the invasion of cortical parenchymus cells into steel. Invasion of pith occurs through the leaf gap, branch gap or branch gap, not accepted by most of the authors. So these are the pith origin explained theories: interstellar origin pith and extrastellar origin pith. So next one is the different type of siphonostels. So there are two types of siphonostels based on the position and distribution of phloem. So first one is the ectofloic siphonostele and second one is the amphiphloic siphonostele. Now see the ectofloic siphonostele. So this is the ectofloic siphonostele. The phloem present only in the external side of the xylem. It is called ectofloic siphonostele. And the pith is at the central position. And phloem is externally surrounded by the pericycle and endodermis. leaf traces present but leaf gaps absent. So this type of steel we can see in the Osmunda and Shijaji, and this is the pith, and this is the xylem, and xylem surrounded by the phloem, and this is the outer phloem, and this is the inner phloem, and inner pericycle and outer pericycle, the outer pericycle, inner endodermis and outer endodermis, and this is the leaf traces. This is the cortex. Leaf traces are present but leaf gaps are absent. So this is the important point. So this is the ectoploic siphonostele of Osmunda. Now see the amphiphloic siphonostele. Amphi means the phloem is present both sides. Phloem is present both sides of the xylem. So the central portion of the stele is occupied by pith. So xylem on inner side and xylem on outer side. So xylem, first one we see the xylem on outer side surrounded by the inner phloem, pericycle, endodermis, and xylem on outer side surrounded by the outer phloem, pericycle, endodermis. So amphiphloic siphonostele we can see in the Marsilea rhizome. This is the Marsilea plant. So this is the central portion pith. The pith is surrounded by the xylem. So this is the inner xylem and this is the outer xylem. So this is the xylem. This is the xylem inside the inner phloem and outer phloem, and inner xylem and outer xylem. This is the inner xylem and inner pericycle and outer pericycle, and inner endodermis and outer endodermis. This is the cortex. So these are the leaf traces. So this is the amphiphloic siphonostele. Amphi means both side of the phloem present between in both side of the xylem. So this is a good example of Marsilea rhizome. We can see the good example in Marsilea rhizome. Next one is the solenostele. Solenostele means solenostele is a subcategory of siphonostele. So in that siphonostele, which perforated at the place of origin, the leaf traces is called as solenostele. In that stele, in simple siphonostele with leaf gap is called as solenostele. Leaf gap is called as solenostele. Now see the solenostele. Solenostele is following types. So there are the 6 different types of solenosteles are there among the plant kingdom. So first one is the ectoploic solenostele, amphiphloic solenostele, dictostele, eustele, and atactostele. So these are the 6 types of solenostele. Now see the each one. First one is the ectoploic solenostele. So it is derived from the ectoploic siphonostele. So thus the phloem is present only on the outer side of the xylem. So this is the pith region, and this is the inner phloem, this is the outer phloem, this is the inner pericycle, this is the outer pericycle, inner endodermis, this is the outer endodermis, this is the cortex. But in that stele, what are the differences between the siphonostele and solenostele? So in that leaf gap, leaf traces, both are presented. So that is the differences. And the next one is the amphiphloic solenostele. Amphiphloic solenostele derived from the amphiphloic siphonostele. So in that phloem is present both side of the xylem. So phloem of both side is internal surrounded by the pericycle and endodermis. So this type of stele we can see on the Adiantum pedatum. Adiantum pedatum. So in that stele we can see, observe that, so this is the pith, and these are the leaf gaps and leaf traces. So this is the xylem, and this is the pith region, this is the inner phloem, and this is the outer phloem, and this is the inner pericycle, outer pericycle, and inner endodermis and outer endodermis. So this is the cortex, and these are leaf gaps and leaf traces. Next one is the dictyostele. Dictyostele. Dictyostele means selenostele that is broken into a network of separate vascular strands. So this is the each one called as meristeles. These are meristeles. So this is due to presence a large number of leaf gaps. So in that so each such separate vascular strand is called as meristeles. For example, this is the pteris plant, and Adiantum capillus veneris. Adiantum capillus veneris. So next, polycyclic stele. Polycyclic stele. Stele is present as two or more concentric cylinder. Poly means many. Cyclic, stele with be always solenostelic in nature. So it is again classified to polycyclic solenostele, polycyclic dictyostele. So next one is the U stele. U stele is present in that higher plants. This is the character of higher plants. If stele is split into distinct collateral vascular bundles, distinct collateral vascular bundles, that is called as U stele. It is a modified ectofloic siphonostele, and splitting take place due to the overlapping of large number of leaf gaps, and individual vascular bundle U stele are arranged as broken ring in the ground tissue. So this type of U stele we can see in the dicot stem. This is the primary structure. So this is the U stele. So these are the all are vascular bundles, and this is the pith, and these are leaf gaps and leaf traces. So this the U stele we can see the in all higher plants like dicot stems. The next one is the atactostele. Atactostele also we can see that in all higher plants it is similar to U stele, but where the difference, it vascular bundles are scatteredly distributed the group tissue. So in that vascular bundles are scattered. So this type of stele we can see in all monocot stem. So these are the meristeles, scattered vascular bundles. They are called as meristeles. So these are the leaf gaps and the leaf traces. Atactostele. Atactostele we can see the all monocot stem. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video.